Hey everyone, this is Josh with Virtus Men's Health. Today we're going to discuss body composition when on testosterone replacement therapy, why it's important, and we're actually going to go over some body composition charts today, which we'll put in this video, and we're going to start to discuss it. All right, so here we have our body composition analysis. I believe this was done with an in-body scanner, not a DEXA scan. So it's going to be helpful to note that a DEXA scan is going to be the gold standard for body composition, but some of these body scanners do a pretty good job. Usually, they have a plus or minus standard deviation from a DEXA scan of about 3%. So that's pretty good. So as you can see here, this particular body composition was done on August 8th. And I know this individual because this individual happens to be me. And I had been on testosterone replacement therapy, 150 milligrams a week since March up to this point. I decided to start working out in August because I'd finally had enough energy, and that's another video. But basically, I was like, I got to get the most out of this. So I started to work out. And my workouts are not uh, comprehensive. I don't go every day. I went 2 days a week and I did 30 minutes. I was there for about an hour. So 15 minutes of cardio on the front end, 30 minutes of heavy weightlifting, hypertrophy training. So overloaded, obviously, um, lower to medium set reps, and then about 15 minutes of cardio at the end, just to get some lactic acid out of those muscles. And these are my results. So before I started lifting weights, you can see my body mass index was at 29.1 for my height to weight ratio. My fat mass was at 6.6 kilograms per meter squared. My free fat, 22. We're going to focus on the fat mass percentage here. So my body fat percent was 22.7. Skeletal muscle mass, also important, 81.1 pounds of muscle. Okay. This is just these things don't really necessarily skeletal muscle over age and phase angle, no big deal. Water ratio, also important. Okay. 39% water. My weight, I was 207 at my initial weigh in. Adipose tissue was about a liter, which is pretty good. We want to keep that adipose tissue low. And then fat mass was about 47 pounds, 34-inch waist circumference. And then you can kind of see some segmental changes down here on, hey, this is what is in each leg. This is what is in each arm. This is on your torso. And then sort of a little chart down here of, hey, where are we on terms of like, small to big, high fat to high muscle. All right. So we have that going on. So after 1 month, we did our weigh in on September 13th. You can see that I went from 29.1 to 29.6 on the BMI. Not a big deal. My goal was to gain some weight, notably muscle, lose fat. Muscle weighs more than fat. You can see our fat index went down. Our free fat mass or fat-free mass index went up. This is the key one, fat mass percentage. So I went from 22.7% body fat to 17.3. That is a net loss of 5.4% in 1 month. 1 month. That's all it took. And over that month time, I went from 81.1 pounds of muscle to 87.1 pounds of muscle. So you can see we gained 6 pounds of muscle, lost 5.4% body fat over that period of time. Okay. We obviously have this go up. We should go here. My weight went up. Okay. Why would it go up? Because I actually ended up losing about 10 pounds of fat. You could see here 47 pounds to 36, so negative 10 and a half. So I should be down roughly, if I gained 6 pounds of muscle and lost 10 pounds of fat, it should be down about 4 pounds. Why did my weight go up? And that's right here. Look at my water ratio. We gained some water weight. This is very common to happen to people whenever they start working out, and also when they start TRT, specifically in the first, I would say, 6 months, 8 months. It's very typical over that time frame to hold on to some water weight. Now that does go out, and that's a separate video where we talk about mineral corticoids and everything in that response and as to why you hold water. But just note that building muscle will cause you to retain water even after that. So it's a pretty normal finding. But you can see here, my waist circumference went from 34 to 37. I might have like probably from the water weight on that. So don't get discouraged by that. But all of my skeletal muscle mass went up. As you can see here, we gained almost a pound in my right arm, a half pound in my left arm, 2 pounds in my torso. So abs and chest, okay, maybe a little bit in the back. And then the legs, they gained over a pound apiece. And then as you can see here, we'll even go up. This is compared from the previous, this is at month 2, okay, where we actually had a lot of muscle mass, a little bit of muscle mass go up. I must admit my diet was not as stringent on that particular month, as to changing. So, but as you can see, these body composition results are massive, specifically when starting to work out. That first month is crucial. So as you can see, body composition does matter. And I'll have another particular scan we'll go over. We'll actually pull up a DEXA scan here next. All right, so here we have a DEXA scan. And this particular individual is also on testosterone replacement therapy, which we started mid 2024. So you can see the dates down here. We've got 6/1, 3/18, and then we have 9/27. So at this point in 9/27, I believe we had been on TRT for roughly about 2 to 3 months. Okay. I really want to focus on this here, and I'm not going to get too into detail here, but I want you to see this total mass change here. So we went from 154 pounds. We'd actually lost, because I believe during this time frame this particular individual was training to do some endurance, basically some endurance. I believe it was like a marathon at that time. But from that time frame to here, we started to, and we didn't. He didn't do much, so there wasn't a whole lot of gym workout. I believe this particular individual does a lot of body weight exercises, so like TRX. And as you can see here, and I don't think the dose is high on this particular individual. I believe it's 120, but 120 or 140 a week is currently what we're at. And as you can see, we went from 150 pounds of total mass to 161 pounds of mass, and our fat actually went down. So we gained a lot of muscle in this particular individual over that time frame. So I think it's important to see. I mean, we can look here too. I mean, our fat percentage is incredibly low. He's a very lean individual to begin with, but this is just with doing body weight exercises. This isn't even like hypertrophy training on what can be accomplished in a short time frame without a huge commitment, as long as you're willing to get on the wagon, have some nutrition, and put some work in. You will have positive changes. And this is just on the physical side. We haven't even touched on lipids or anything else, but these are some key factors that I wanted to bring in and give you visual data to say, hey, this is definitely possible. And if you want it, you should go out and achieve it. Specifically, those gentlemen that are on TRT. So I hope you found this information useful. And if you like our content, please like, share, and as always, ask any questions, and we'll be able to help you out. So have a good one.